Damian Lillard continued to put the Blazers on his back last night as Portland locked up the 8th seed and a spot in the play-in matchup with a 1-point win over the Nets. Dame had a game-high 42 points, 12 assists, and went 8 of 14 from beyond the arc, including a pull-up three from nearly half court. Fox Sports NBA analyst Chris Broussard is joining us this morning. Chris, good to have you. Dame making things interesting for us on Undisputed. Could you please give us a letter grade for his performance?
A+. Yeah. I know Skip Bayless is going to find a way to whittle it down to a C+ or a B or something like that. So I'm saying it with my chest. A+. And some people might say, how you get an A+ when you don't play any defense? And I'll give it to you. Neither Dame nor the Blazers plays a lick of defense. However, when it was crunch time, when the money was on the line, Dame defended. He had 2 steals in the fourth quarter, and with 1:12 left, he picked the pocket of Karis LeVert, who was almost as hot as Dame. That set up what turned out to be the game-sealing jump shot by C.J. McCollum. Case was closed after that. Damian was tremendous. 12 points, 4 assists, those 2 steals in the fourth quarter, and he carried them early in the fourth. When it really looked like Gary Trent Jr., the spotlight was too bright for him. When C.J. McCollum, who really didn't hit a 3 all night, couldn't buy a bucket early in the fourth, Dame carried him with 3 3-pointers in a 3-minute stretch, including the 40-footer from the logo. And he was hitting threes. You saw the highlight over Joe Harris in the right corner. That's impossible to hit, and he does it. It was incredible. 8 of 14 from 3. 8 of 14 from 3. All right. The rest of the team's 5 of 25 from 3. So he didn't get much help last night. And then he throws in 12 assists just for good measure. A+.
Go ahead. No, you go.
I just need you to state for the court what you gave him.
I gave him A 50 plus.
50 pluses. Shannon Sharp said A 50 pluses. And he capped it off with, he was so special. Okay, so Mr. Broussard, because you and my man across the table have proclaimed Damian Lillard a superstar. All caps, SUPER, star. I then have to grade him by superstar curve and standards and measures because that's the highest order, right? There are very few superstars. So you guys go A+. I'm going B+ because I didn't see him close the deal. And this is a little known fact about last night's game. And maybe I'm the only one in the whole world who knows this fact. And now I'm going to divulge it on national TV. But would you believe that over the last 7 minutes and 12 seconds of that basketball game last night, and it was a game, it was a teeter-totter of a shootout game, back and forth and back. Can you top this? Can you do this? And 7 minutes and 12 seconds elapsed to end the game, and Damian Lillard managed to score all of 3 points, all 3 from the free throw line, 3 free throws he did not deserve. If we could see what happened with 3:19 left, that kid, Luwawa Cabarro for the Nets, who I didn't know much about, but he had a game. Whew, he can play.
Hand on the back.
Yep. Okay,
hand on the back.
Hand on the back. It's a barely touch foul. Did he hit him on the hand? No. Did he hit him on the arm? No. Did he restrict his landing space when he came down? Absolutely not. He was behind him. He barely touched him in the back as Dame pulled up just to make sure that he didn't make body contact with him. It was a phantom foul. It was a superstar call. It was 3 gift free throws. And I just sat back and said, I guess he is a superstar because that's a James Harden-esque call. He got the 3 free throws, and to his credit, he makes his free throws unless maybe there are just 10 or 20 seconds left and he misses 2 against the Clippers. But we won't go there. We will not go there. We'll go here. Over the last 3:19, he doesn't score any points. So that's 3 undeserved free throws over 7 minutes and 12 seconds. Now let's look at what really did happen over the close of this game. And you said that Gary Trent Jr. sort of faded and the spotlight got too big for him. Man, with 2:29 left, He made a huge shot because he gave them a lead they would not relinquish. Gary Trent Jr. from the corner. Again, Dame fed him.
Yeah, okay, say that.
Okay, it's pretty nice. That's a pretty standard point guard pass. Wide open, kaboom, he made it. You got to give him credit for making a big shot in a moment he has not experienced in his career. And then let's see what happened with 1:19 left. Dame drives and tries to take a mid-range jumper, which he's not great at. It's usually not his bread and butter.
Dame got good mid-range game.
That's fair, and there he is, and he misses that one pretty badly. But he redeems himself. To Chris's point, he does not quit on the play. He does not pout. He chases Karis LeVert, who's on his way to maybe tying the game, and just out-hustled him for the basketball. Karis LeVert dribbles too high to me, and he's like a wild dribbler, and he is stealable, and he pulled off a big steal there. But then what happens? Next possession, 53 seconds left. Did Dame close the deal? No, as Chris referred to, CJ stood for clutch jumper, and he manned up. He looked like that guy. He said, well, if you can't do it, Dame, I can do it. Swish. That should have been ball game, but it wasn't because Karis LeVert had one last chance. And for a team that plays no defense, I want everybody to watch CJ McCollum's defense on Karis unstoppable LeVert on that final possession. That was some shutdown, lockdown defense because Karis LeVert wants to get in the lane. He wants to get to 8 feet, 5 feet, 4 feet. That's where he can kill you, and he would not let him by. He forced him into a step-back, fall-away jump shot that he was not wanting to take. And he took it badly because he didn't shoot it with any conviction, and he missed it badly. And that was the ball game because CJ manned up and played defense for a team that does not play much.
CJ did a great job. He tried to swipe with the right hand, and then he contested the shot with his left hand. Give CJ credit.
Okay, so final question.
Okay.
So you gave this man a 50-plus, and that man had scored 42 points to the 7-12 mark, and he scores 3 undeserved free throws the rest of the way? Really? And that's plus, that's 50 pluses? Chris, I don't get it.
Chris, you see what he did? Now, CJ made 1 basket in the entire fourth quarter. He had 4 points. He made 1 basket, shot 2 free throws.
Was that not the basket?
Whoa, Skip, just a second. I didn't interrupt you. I let you have your turn. I let you flow.
I would have let you go.
No. I wanted you to go because I wanted to go behind you. Now, they're down 7 points to start the fourth quarter. Dame scores 12, dishes out these assists. Because here's the thing, what you're starting to see, Chris, with Skip, is that the only way you can be a superstar if you score the basket. So these assists, these steals that he comes up with, they had no bearing. So even though they're down 7, he's looking at CJ save Dame's bacon, just like Kyrie saved LeBron, just like Ray Allen. And all these other guys, everybody saves their bacon. But what about there's no bacon to save? If I don't go out and make this money, who's bringing home the bacon for you to save it? You forgot that, Skip.
Okay, so you're 3 quarters and they're fourth quarter.
All of the 3 quarters. The man had 12 points, 3 assists over the final 4 minutes. Melo 3, Nurkic layup, Gary Trent Jr. Now remind you.
Wait, who had over the final 4 minutes?
Over final 4 minutes, he had 3 assists.
Oh, he had 3 assists.
Yeah. Right. The Melo 3, the Nurkic layup, and he passed to Gary Trent because he passed it at half court because the double team was coming to take the ball out of his hand.
That was a good pass.
Superstar?
Yes!
Superstar.
He is a point guard. He is supposed to get assists and pass the ball.
He is a scoring point guard. How many point guards score 60 3 times?
But here's the thing, though, Chris. What makes him so unique is that he dropped 42, but he had 12 assists. He dropped 61, but he has 8 assists. So not only is he scoring, he's getting others involved also. Normally, there are some occasions, but rarely, a guy has that many points, but he also has 5, 6, 8, 10 assists. You look at those numbers that Dame is putting up, he's averaging 51 a game, and he's probably averaging double-digit assists. And the last 3 games they've won, a grand total of 7 points. So they need every point, every assist, every rebound that he's getting. They need that because, as you guys both said, they don't play defense. Their offense is their defense. Can you get to 140? Can you get to 135? Because we can, and we're going to see if you can match us. Skip, a 50-plus Dame. I'm thinking the Motown, Michael Jackson moonwalking in '83 at the Motown Music Award. I'm thinking that type of performance. What I
thought it was always Pavarotti at the Sydney Opera House.
Virtuoso.
And Skip,
Really?
Here's the thing, and you're right. Eventually, Gary Trent settled down, and so did CJ. But I thought what happened is that when they saw Damian taking over, that relaxed them because they looked tight. They looked tight third quarter, early fourth. And then I thought Dame taking over relaxed them, and Trent hit the big shot, and of course CJ did as well. And here's the other thing. He did it against double teams. They were picking him up just about at half court.
Yes.
And a boxing one at times. I know they played that back in Oklahoma in high school, Skip. The old-time boxing one, which if you've ever been boxed up, it is a nightmare.
It's frustrating.
It's hard to just get the ball. Yes. So, I mean, his performance was spectacular on all fronts. And his assists were good. Remember the assist to Nurkic?
Yeah.
That three-quarter court pass to Nurkic for the lay-in?
Got it.
I mean, he was phenomenal. He was phenomenal.
There was this guy in Chicago named Jordan, and every game, everybody tried to take the ball out of his hands. Shannon Sharpe has been comparing Damian Lillard to Michael Jordan now for 3 days on this show, so I will too. Michael was never bothered by double teams, traps, boxing ones. They tried everything. He was a natural-born roll-out-of-bed scorer, and he would never go 7-12 of a fourth quarter without making a single basket.
He has.
Yes, he
Not
did.
in a game like this.
Yeah.
Not in a game of this magnitude.
6'6". Hold on, when we saw The Last Dance, I can't recall exactly what I saw. Jordan miss a free throw or two in the game. I was shocked. I didn't remember
7
that.
minutes and 12 seconds.